What's up, guys? Welcome to Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. We got the rest of the week to get through. I'm not feeling it today, guys. Not feeling it today. The world is crumbling down. Oh, man. What was that? Oh, yeah. So yeah, hope you guys are doing a great, having a great time, right? Are we having a great time? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully you're not doing anything stupid. Hopefully you're not doing anything stupid. Mondo, of course, joining us tonight. It is a fire sale. Are we? Are we still within the fire sale on the market? Let's take a look at that real quick. As we did burn some more bennies yesterday. We burned a couple bennies yesterday during the fire sale. Let's take a look and see where we're at. Of course, this is the Crypto Otaku here, bringing you the Crypto Chaos for the evening. Markets are looking pretty grim. Let's dive into what we see and move these guys out of here. As of course, yeah, this is me today, guys. Yeah, I'm out of here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to uncover. I guess unpack. I'm not even gonna come out and pretend, guys, but I am not feeling it today. I am not feeling it. We'll see where we go. But I almost took a mental health break today. Of course, the first metric we bring you, of course, is Kimba, the White Snow Lion. Anime reference for those who know. Bringing you the free liquid heat map on YouTube. Don't pay for something you can get for free, right? That's what we say here all the time. Mondo, you better not do something stupid. But at least today we have the front camera working. It's great. It's a good sign, a good place to start. And of course we got the left and center both working tonight, guys. Awesome. Anywho, so yeah, that's what's going on. Looks like right now, again, we're still stuck in that oversold level, the same kind of level we saw last night for Bitcoin, particularly, right? We've got a lot of other things to unpack when it comes to the rest of the market. As the government's looking to spend more money. It's coming. So yeah, just my general take on just taking a look at this right now. We're gonna we're squaring off right now. The Bears and the Bulls just kind of stuck as we're kind of oversold, and we're trying to figure out where we're going next. Japan opens up, of course. I think about like a half hour or maybe a little bit less, maybe 15 minutes. We're getting closer to their time being inverted from here we are in the States in New York. Eastern Standard Time. Anywho, market's still sitting in extreme fear at 21. Yep, still 21 in extreme fear. Oh no, we don't got the flames up tonight. Where's my flames? Dang it. Oh man, we're missing the flames tonight on the stream. But yeah, let's get that going in the background. Get something going back there. Nope. Ain't working tonight. I'll fix that here in a second. But yeah, hopefully you guys are being safe, not doing anything stupid. Like Mondo, you better not be doing stupid stuff, Mondo. Like, getting people, to do dirty deeds for you or something. I don't know. She's questionable things. As we also need to chill. Don't forget to take a chill pill, as we say here all the time, when we get the stream going. Yep. You know it.
So just chill out.
It's working.
Drink a 7-Up.
There's nothing working.
Pie. Quit murdering people.
We had a flawless stream for a long time, and now we're just murdering people. Oh my God. But yeah, I do want to remind you guys. I do got Jasmine coming. I got Jasmine Chan here. Again, of course, our newest member to our dancing mascots, MMD, right? Make a Miku dance. So Jasmine, Jasmine Token, of course, Jasmine Coin is joining us now. And I do have a video I'm almost done with. I'm almost done with that video, guys. I'm almost done with it. As I derail my stream with a completely new rant. But anyway, moving on. As this thing behind me isn't working. C'est la vie. There we go. We got it to work. Boom. Update. Apparently no one gives a shit about Bigfoot, so fuck them, whatever. Usually I don't care about swearing on the stream, but you know what? Fuck it. So, sitting in extreme fear tonight, 21 for the U.S. stock market. We are, of course, also in extreme fear as well for crypto. For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, we're gonna survive, guys. We're gonna survive, but we're coming back up a little bit now. Looks like we're sitting at 29 in just fear. Oh, just fear, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Take a chill pill. Take another sip. It tastes good. For your information, we own $176 in Jasmine. What? Mondo has Jasmine? Oh man, you just made my night. Oh my god. Mondo Cat. Wow. I'm happy. If not the Bitcoin, you have at least the Bitcoin of Japan. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Yeah, and you and your companion as well. Yes. Very happy for you guys. As Jasmine sits at about 2 cents roughly, I think, currently. We can dive into that in a bit, but yeah, definitely been picking up more as we come down. I still do my $10 DCA a day no matter what. It doesn't matter if we're on fire. We could be negative. Jasmine could be like back in the, oh man, half a penny again would be nice. Maybe. Who knows? I doubt we'll go that far. I think we're already kind of bouncing. The dollar, of course, is still slipping, even though a lot of the U.S. Treasury bonds right now, look at that. A lot of the U.S. Treasury bonds right now are being bought up. And it doesn't matter because they have to also print a ton of money to pay off all this debt. So it's not even coming into balance anymore. We're still slipping. And they're going to have to print more money as they're going to have to print more unemployment. The unemployment rate's up super high right now. We're looking at as high or getting close to, well, nowhere near COVID, but the stock market's crashed at least near COVID-like levels. And Japan, in the likes of which have never been seen since 1987, although it has rebound today. So take that with a grain of salt. As we get into the evening hours, Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, the tension in the Middle East, as they say, with Israel and Palestine and the Iranian governments, just go at it. Just go at it. Because we are in a dumpster fire right now. Yes! A beautiful, adorable, where's my dumpster fire? Oh, God, guys. I am out of it tonight. But, yeah. We are just beautiful. This is a Chinese dumpster fire. But I guess they can get involved, too, if we're going to World War III, right? We're going to have a lot of pretty golden dumpster fires in World War III. Remember, this was the year of the dragon. Don't you forget. It was the wood dragon, too. You know what wood does? It burns. It burns. Ha-ha! Yes, it does. Who knows? We'll see where Benny's at. Maybe we'll burn another Benny tonight. Yeah, so crypto, of course, coming up on the day, looking pretty good, guys. On the hour, we are starting to slip. We're starting to correct, which is fine. We've had a bit of a pullback today. Jasmine's up 10%. Not coins up 24%. We just got updated right on live stream. Jasmine just fell down 2.5% on the day. Looks like the hour is not being kind to some of these coins now. Solana's up about 8%. Everything around somewhere between, I would say, on average, about 10 and 5%. 5 and 10%. Akash is up 15%. That's pretty good for Akash. I haven't seen a move here in a while for Akash. Yeah, I mean, that's my big takeaway for today. Nothing too exciting. Bitcoin's up 2.2%. Again, touching that 60K level, not 60K, 57K level for just briefly, a couple times today. As we start to kind of recover. I mean, arguably, Bitcoin's needed a pullback for a while. We've been running really hard for a real long time, and I still haven't felt like this is anything like 2021 yet. The bull market, to me, is still not here. And a lot of people are already calling the top. Are you kidding me? People are calling the top right now for Bitcoin at like at 74K. I'm like, there's no way that's it. There's no way. You're off your rocker. I think who said that today? Magic Internet Money. What in the heck are you talking about? He trusting his gut today. Oh, I had to call him out. I'm feeling some kind of way today. Anyway, guys, this is, of course, we're looking at all the Bitcoin. Whoa, what is going on? This is not what I normally pull up on CoinGlass. Looking at the exchanges. Bitcoin on all, there we go, there it is. Bitcoin on exchanges, how many biddies are left, right? As we dwindle down this giant, of course, this box right here, was when we fell down and Mt. Gox immediately dumped their flow of Bitcoins onto the market as they were paying back all of the customers they had that were taken advantage of by a hack, a large hack that took away everyone's coins. So this is on the market now, and it's again dwindling because we cannot keep 450 Bitcoin on the exchange every day, and that's how many we're only producing per day. So we're just constantly going down. Even with the massive sell-off, there's still only 2.46 million Bitcoins for 8 billion people in the world to share, to gobble up, to attempt to purchase, right? This is, of course, Bitcoin. Like, the most scarce asset on the planet, the most sound money we've ever created as human beings. I mean, insert whatever, hopium, fact you want, fun fact you want. This is happening. It's happening every day right in front of our eyes. And this is why we cover this particular metric. It's one of my favorites because this number is we have not seen this number really improve much throughout look at this. The beginning of the year, back in February, there was almost 3 million left on the market. And if you look back even before, I think back in October, we can't go back that far anymore, I don't think. No. There's August. We were starting to kind of build up and sell off towards the end of the year for tax evasion, tax harvesting, which you can't do anymore because now the government has regulated that to a point where there is penalties for. Anywho, let's move on. Anywho, so the ETFs. What's going on with the ETFs? What? You have 1,000? What? Mondo has over $1,000 worth of Bitcoin? Whoa! Well, I tap my mask to you. Wow, Mondo, I am really I'm feeling it tonight, man. You're you're balancing out my my negativity, or I wouldn't even say my realistic point of view, which the world is crumbling every day now. But it doesn't matter if you have, of course, Bitcoin protecting you. I wish all of my friends and family would have a little bit more exposure to it. But it is what it is. Moving on. We have, the ETFs, right? We're following the ETFs every day. That's what we do. We're looking at BlackRock as they're accumulating basically all what is left. I just can't hold back tonight, guys. I'm just feeling some kind of way. August 2nd. That was Monday? No, that was still Friday. Yeah, that was still Friday. We're still behind. Come on. I wanted to look somewhere else for that. I'm over it. Already over it. Top 10 crypto assets, of course, on the market, right? Our top 10 is still sitting at number 10 being Cardano. Avalanche is kind of pushing back up a little bit now. And they're oversold as well. I mean, sitting at $20, guys. This is a $200 easy coin. That's a 10x from here. Great project with great stuff down the pipeline. I mean, you're talking about Gunzilla and Off the Grid, one of the most anticipated games for me this year. Still can't get into the beta. I don't know what their deal is, but I've been trying to get on the beta all year. And of course, Avalanche also taking over the space in the motor vehicle and driver licenses and vehicle titles in some states like California and some other ones looking at now are getting involved. Avalanche, again, tons and tons of coins out there that you can easily get 2 or 3x easy this bull run. Yet alone, to get to the previous all-time high on Avalanche, it's like it's like near $200. I'm pretty sure the previous all-time high all year. About 130. The Solana did a little better. I remember they were kind of on par back in the last bull run. But I could have sort of went up a little higher, like 160 maybe, depending on the exchange for Avalanche. But yeah, Solana is another one of those as well. It's already come out the gate being amazing this year. Still sitting in the top 5. $143. Oh my God, $143 with Solana last year touching about $300 ish at its peak. $250 on this chart anyway. Yeah, there's bigger things to come for this coin as well, as I think it's going to take a lot of Ethereum's thunder away by the end of the bull run. What else we got going on? Of course, Near Protocol's on sale. Look at that. $3.60 for Near. That's insane. Polygon's under 50 cents, sitting at 40 cents currently. Caspa at 15 cents. Great project as well. Litecoin, you know, Dino Coin, but, you know, sitting at under 60 bucks. It had its halving last, was it last year? Or was it the beginning of this year? I forget. The last halving for Litecoin, it was sitting around 89, 93, something like that at the previous halving. Again, nowhere near its all-time high as well, if you believe in that project. I personally don't have too much commitment to it, but the previous all-time high was about, wow, yeah, 350 both cycles of the last two bull runs. Insane. Bitcoin Cash still sitting at number 15, which is nuts. I wish that thing would go away, beat it with a stick. Chainlink sitting at $10. Yeah, I'd say Chainlink's still a good pickup too, under 15 bucks. XRP at 50 cents again, which is actually surprising because they pulled back to I think 45 a few days ago. 49. That was today. Yeah, about 45 cents a few days ago. Not too bad for XRP. So those are my kind of big picks right now, to be honest. The ones that I'm looking at in the top 10, top 20 coins, the ones that I still have huge commitment to. There's stuff down here lower. I mean, Render, $4.60 for Render right now. It's insane. Of course, with the AI, rendering, intent, there's a lot of room there to grow as well. I think Nvidia is also looking at Render, as a few other coins too, like BitTensor, and that's still down quite a bit too. 250 from its what was it? 700. It got to 700. Wow, that's insane. There's just so many great pickups right now. As there's so much blood in the streets, as one of the best traders in the world ever once said, Warren Buffett. Oh boy, Warren Buffett. I'm quoting Warren Buffett now. Bitcoin's the pet rock. Rat poison squared. Warren Buffett. Anywho, moving on. Top 10 assets in the world. Bitcoin's still holding on to that number 10 spot, right above yours truly, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway's. Of course, Warren Buffett's worth Berkshire Hathaway at $900 billion. Yeah, so again, we're seeing a bit of a bounce here. Will that bounce turn into a dead count bounce? Well, you have to stay tuned to find out. Oh, Jesus. I don't think so. Bitcoin rainbow chart. Look at that. We're still there. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Holy crap. It's time. Another fresh Benny, I guess, to the fire. Oof. Poor Benny. We're just going to set your hair on fire. You don't have much hair left, really. You really don't. You really don't have much hair left. So I'm going to just set your hair a little bit on fire there. Oh, no, he's going up pretty strong. And, yeah, I just burned the whole studio down. Yes! Ah! Oh, no! Oh! Ah! Ah! And there are ashes everywhere. All right. Benny just went up in flames. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting that one back. Oh, God. Yeah, so that's Benny. He's no more. As we sit at Bitcoin fire sale, this might be the last day, guys. We might bounce and we might not see the fire sale ever again. You got to take advantage of when we're here, because when it's gone, we basically got the bear market within the bull market, as I say, and this could be it. But yeah, that Benny's gone. C'est la vie. Moving on. Bitcoin's not dead yet, but if it is, I don't know. What are we gonna do when Bitcoin's dead? I don't know, might get a chainsaw up in here or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do some home improvements. Anywho, moving on. Peter Schiff warns against owning Bitcoin ETFs. I could not believe this freaking headline. I saw this, my head turned. I'm like, what the hell does that stupid gold bug have to say about Bitcoin? Again. But he actually said something that's relatively positive. I mean, it kind of helps people. Not your coins, not your keys, not your coins, right? That's what we always say here. Not your keys, not your cheese. Peter Schiff warns against owning Bitcoin ETFs. Cites it's not your coins, man. It's not your coins. Economist and gold advocate Peter Schiff argue that Bitcoin exchange traded funds, ETFs, contradict the core principles of the cryptocurrency by undermining the decentralization and peer-to-peer transactions. He criticizes recent buyers of Bitcoin for focusing solely on profit, suggesting that the behavior eradicates its impending collapse. I mean, it's insane that Peter Schiff's saying this stuff now. Like, is he flipped yet? I don't think so. I think he's just being Peter Schiff, a hypocrite, right? So he says, owning Bitcoin and ETFs defeats the entire purpose of... should I talk like him? Oh, my God. My impression's terrible. He has this really whiny, nasally voice. Like an evil villain, Peter Schiff. Jesus. He defeats the entire purpose of owning... It defeats the entire purpose of owning it in the first place. It's no longer decentralized. It's not peer-to-peer. It's easy to be seized by authorities. That's true. And it can't be used by or as a currency for payments if it's sitting in an ETF. I mean, all these are all valid points. I'm not going to argue with Peter Schiff, so even though I don't, we haven't seen eye to eye in a long time. Currency for payments or transferred across borders. It's not your keys, not your coins. But guess what, Peter? Guess what? You also can't transfer across borders. You can't even transfer this much in your suitcase on an airport. This much gold right here is about 15 grand. You can only bring with you on an airplane 12 grand. That's it. So you want to go state to state, that's fine. But you can't go to country. At least not. You can't leave the United States with it. So he has to see the benefit now. He has to. I can't be... every time we cover him, man, it just hurts my brain. Jeez, he's got to see the value of it by now. Oh, boy. So yeah, in a subsequent post on X, Schiff criticized the motivations for recent Bitcoin buyers. The main purpose of this post is to highlight that marginal buying is now coming from people who don't actually value Bitcoin for what it's supposed to be. These buyers only care about the price, and the goal is cashing out with profits. Again, that's what we say here all the time. What are you gonna do? You really gonna go back to the bennies we burn on the show, right? You're gonna go back to this? No, there's no point in going back to this. Once you believe in cryptocurrencies and you understand what's going on with the future of the world, how we're going to be paying the robots to do all the things we don't want to do here in the United States and beyond, you're not going to want to default to the paper currencies anymore because they're done. They print it to oblivion. And even Peter Schiff knows that, right? He's just investing in something he can't even leave the country with. Anyway. So yeah, the gold advocate frequently criticized Bitcoin, and on Monday he targeted it. A proposed Bitcoin bill reserve. Yeah, that's of course the bill we've been covering by Cynthia Lummis. Where the bill requires the U.S. government to create a Bitcoin reserve by purchasing 1 million Bitcoin to hold for 20 years, mandating that the Federal Reserve to print money to fund it. Meaning they're basically gonna just print this funny money, not even print it. You guys know how this works, right? We just mint it, right? We just mint a whole bunch of funny money. It doesn't exist. It's on a ledger. It's a value out there sitting at these central banks, and they give it to to fund all the T-bills and all the investment opportunities for these larger banks, and they basically make money off the backs of us hardworking Americans. And that's just how this whole system works. And it's terrible because we're basically borrowing. And Federal Jerome Powell, I actually have a clip of it. I'll find it while I'm ranting. But yeah, Federal Jerome Powell has basically came out and he said, we're borrowing off the back of basically future generations. And it's not only off the back of us. If you look at the big picture, the big macro, and no one ever mentions this, and I don't know why, but ultimately, the more money we print and we devalue our currency, and the more that we send it out amongst the world, the more we're basically enslaving the rest of the world. They're working for us, off the backs of us. And we go to their countries and we pay very little for their services, which costs more in their time and energy. For us to go there and just get it for hardly anything, like if you go to Venezuela or Thailand or Vietnam or some of these other smaller countries. It's just not reasonable. It's not fair. It's not fair to the world. And as an American, I still feel sympathy for other countries and other people. And just because I'm American doesn't mean I don't have that mindset, and I don't feel like enough people do. It's unfortunate we're not humanitarians, I guess. Oh man. But yeah, let me show this real quick. We're going to show a little clip from back in the day. I think it was last year they did it. Oh, it might have been the beginning of this year. Jerome Powell did a 60-minute interview with 60 Minutes on the state of the economy and the future of the United States and its money printing experiment, right? And yeah, so I got Jerome Powell. Jerome coming up right here. Here we go.
It's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy. We're borrowing from future generations. The U.S. federal government's on
a sharp increase in the national debt. 30 years from now, it is projected to be $144 trillion, or $1 million per household. A sharp increase in the national debt.
$1 million per household.
Years from now, it is projected to be
20 years?
Years from now, it is 30 years from now.
30 years. In 30 years, we're going to have $100 trillion more in U.S. national debt. Woo! And $1 million per household instead of that $100,000 right now. I don't think we spent. Did we skip over that this evening? I think we did. I don't think we spent any time on this. It looks like we did print more billies. We printed more billies between last night and tonight. I believe yesterday we were at 130 billies, right? Or maybe it was 135. Maybe 133. We printed at least 3 more billies. At least. Maybe 6. I don't know. And that's overnight. Just one day. That's again a cause for concern, but I always mention this one as well, and that's of course our Social Security liability. This little box down here in the corner, which we are liable, right, as a country, to pay out for Social Security, which is already near approaching the same amount as our U.S. debt. Woo! So anyway, again, I just wanted to reiterate that. That's where we are. Anywho, so yeah. Peter Schiff, I just went on a complete rant. Peter Schiff, yeah, coming out and saying not your keys, not your cheese even he doesn't even publicly say he's involved in our space, right? So, again, stay safe. Don't do anything dumb. Woo, man. Anything else really going on? That's a key takeaway now for Hopium. That's what I'm looking for. WorldCoin gains 22%. Yikes. One of the darkest projects in my opinion, WorldCoin, the one that scans your retina and tracks your everyday whereabouts. WorldCoin, WLD, of course, is the 95th ranked crypto asset at the current time. It rose 22% in intraday today. That's insane. Increased 27% in market cap value. Wow. 7% in trading volume in the last 24 hours. That's insane. I really don't want to support this project, but I mean, if it keeps going higher and higher in market cap, you may want to get some, right? You may want to get some. Optimistic tweet post X said into site recently, where the analyst Crypto Bull Adam on X shared one of his chart drawings of world price for his giant fan following. Fetch and World are the 2 most strong AI coins right now, which are always send hard. What? Which always send hard. These are some strong levels for them both. Between the gray zone for accumulation, I added some of the some around here. I haven't aped into fully. Man, this guy's got some broken English. But I am watching them, and I will see if market confirms short reversal. So can. Okay. Yep. And there's a pic on Twitter, so I guess we'll pull that up real quick and see what he showed. Apparently he's got a decent Twitter following. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's getting into these levels, these buy zones that are pretty strong right now for both of them, honestly, for both Fetch and WorldCoin. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I still don't feel good about World. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to scan your eyeballs and basically give up part of your identity to a corporation, it's just not my sort of cup of tea. Anywho, moving on. Let's see what else we got going on. Stablecoin market sees PYUSD, that's PayPal's stablecoin, supply swell, while USDE, I think that's the Dutch, the German stablecoin, I believe, shrinks with redemptions. That's interesting. Have fun staying poor, Germany. How mobile technology can drive Web3 adoption. Let's see what else we got. Polymark Harris odds are up 60. Yeah, I thought this was interesting the day this came out. This new target came out for Harris. after she has her Walls VP pick. Apparently, he is pro crypto, or at least been an advocate over the years, from what I've understood. Tim Walz as her vice president, who's the Minnesota governor. The odds of Kamala Harris winning now are as an all-time high of 46% on the poly market after Democrats revealed that the crypto skeptic running mate. The presidential election winner in 2024 bet is far from Polymarket's largest election prediction poll, with over $508 million spent on buying what the platform calls outcome shares. The shares tipped the Trump's favor traded for 53 cents, with a 53% chance of the Republican victory. Over a 64.7 million in bets were placed on this outcome, with 50 million now on Harris. Apparently we're getting closer and closer into that. RFK, he actually pulled pretty well in the beginning of the week on Polymarket. It was actually I forget, he was right there in the middle between Harris and Trump, but apparently it's moved completely away from that trajectory now. But yeah, this is kind of odd. This is odd. I would not in a million years think that she could just come out in 2 weeks and then start rallying the whole entire market around her. But you know, we'll see. We follow the money, right? It's all about that. So follow the money. All right, let's see what else we got going on today. We can pull out of our pocket. El Salvador trade surges with international cryptocurrency ties. What else we got in headlines? It's actually interesting to read. Ripple XRP climbs to 14% of global trade volume, I think. XRP, a lot of XRP in the news, which is good. It's bullish for XRP. Again, they're back up to 50 cents, and in the middle of this craziness right now, it's actually pretty good. Toncoin price prediction. Telegram network. It's a good project. That's one of the ones I regret not picking up, not knowing enough about before the bull run. But you can't have them all, guys. You can't have them all. CoffeeZilla strikes back for the fight. I think it's an FT project. Yeah. It's just nothing really to cover today that's super fun and interesting like the weeks prior. Semler Scientific, they're buying another another round of Bitcoin as they have adopted the microsailors Bitcoin strategy, right? We covered that at the beginning of the year. Apparently, I've heard that they've already gotten loans now up to, or at least they're trying to get their shareholders just to share their shares to buy another $2 billion or something like that, similar to microsailor. Bitcoin whales. Bitcoin jumps above 56K as Solana leads recovery from Monday's rout. Bitcoin's death cross is looming again. Oh, see what we have to deal with every day now. Jesus. Trump theme token DJT. I guess we could look into that. We haven't covered any negative news today. Why not? Why not dip our toes a little bit? Some indicators are inherently lagging after the offer limited predictive power, yet they can consistently make headlines in traditional and crypto markets, often resulting in unnecessary panic among inexperienced investors. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Come on. One such example is that Bitcoin death cross, which tends to spark heightened fear and impulsive reactions in the social media, despite its poor record of accurately predicting the future of price trends. So get ready, because one seems to be on the way, apparently. A death cross occurs within 50-day simple moving average, that's SMA, 50 SMA, of an asset market. Price falls below the 200-day SMA. Right now, the Bitcoin price's 50-day SMA is at 62.3 and falling, indicating a potential crossover with the 200-day SMA, which will create that death cross. It's been a while since I even looked at stuff like that, to tell you the truth. We used to use the 200 SMA. It's the best indicator, to be honest, when you're trading. I don't trade anymore. I'm over that. I'm solely an investor now. But if you want to follow the 200 SMA, you can get a free indicator on. Let's see if we can do that in TradingView. It's been a while since we pulled this up. Why not dive into it tonight? Why not? It's kind of a dull and dreary evening. I remember how to do this. It's been like a year now since I added a price indicator. I might have to do that on my own time. It's been a long time, guys. I know I had the 200 SMA on a layer a while back. It's probably still there. And that's my volume. Huh. I may not have it anymore. There's the volume. It might be an old chart too. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time on it. But anyway, Bitcoin jumps 56K. Solana leads recovery from Monday's rout. Yeah, Solana's doing pretty good right now. So the impending crossover indicates that the short-term momentum represented in the 50-day SMAs are underperforming the long-term average. Yeah, in reality, the chart pattern only shows the nature of the price over action. And the recent 50 days, it doesn't guarantee the future moves will follow the same. Yeah, the same thing we see with the golden crosses too. That's why I don't pay attention too much to them anymore. Because we look at basically key indicators and macro market conditions. To sum up, the death cross is unreliable as a standalone indicator. Bitcoin's near-term prospects largely depend on the U.S. government economic data and the volatility of the Japanese yen. Of course, that's what we're seeing right now as the Japanese sell-off kind of resumed. I think it basically is a nothing burger now. It's already kind of washed out. Everyone just kind of bought back in and made a ton of money. But the U.S. markets are still down pretty bad. So yeah, it's pretty much nothing burger. But that's what they're talking about here, where the 50-day, the 50 SMA is going to correlate with the 200-day SMA, and that's the simple moving average, of course, into that impending death cross, which we've already fell down before it. It would have been a nice key indicator if it would have crossed just before that. But yeah, again, it doesn't really mean anything in the long term. It could be completely. We skipped over golden crosses plenty of times, and death crosses as well. Let's see what's going on. What else? Ubisoft is back in the news when it comes to Web3 gaming. Laserhawk the game. Ooh, like Laserhawk, like the artist Laserhawk. Yeah, it looks like so. Universal Laser happened Laserhawk Blood Dragon remix. Yeah, that's awesome. Blood Dragon was actually one of my favorite of the what do they call it? The have you guys seen that? They did a cartoon based on that too. Captain Laserhawk. But Blood Dragon is the I forget the name of that Ubisoft game. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But they did a Blood Dragon spin-off series in that universe. Damn. It's that long-running game series where they go through different parts of history. It's not Assassin's Creed, though. It's the other one they have. Anywho, yeah, they might have mentioned it here. But it's interesting, again, like, we're getting to the point now where Web3 gaming is going to change everything about gaming, and no one's even going to know what's happening. They're not going to understand the technology behind it. Kids are just going to go to where they want to play. Adults are going to kill what they want to kill, and we're going to enjoy our games the same way we were doing before, except we're going to be spending money that we didn't know is now going to be blockchain based in cryptocurrency related projects. So I don't want to dive too much into that, but that's essentially Ubisoft's been really big into that. So of course, because they're one of the number one companies taking advantage of all these loot boxes and that sort of thing over the past 10, 12 years. Okay, EA is another big one too. What else we got going on? We get into the normies. We'll get into the normies. Bitcoin declines similar to the start of the 2016 bull run. Peter Brandt says, I saw this article today as well. Read through a little bit of this. I don't know. We can go back and back test some of the previous patterns and take a look as well. I think he's talking about was it July of 2016? The bull run started in July of 2016, I think. July 9th. Yep, July 9th of 2016. I've studied it in the past. It's something we can revisit and take a look at. If we go to the daily chart, there's the daily chart. Let's go to the monthly chart and take a look at it, kind of zoom out and see what's going on in the long term. Again, Bitcoin's only been around for 15 years, right? 15 years, that's, what is that? Not that many months. Not that many months when you think about the grand scheme of things. Only 180 months. Yeah, that Bitcoin's been around. That's crazy. And in just 180 months, Bitcoin's now the 10th largest asset in the world. Insane. But yeah, if you take a look at this here, our current pattern, right? Our current pattern, we can actually start at the, which is really strange. If we start at the halving, which is this red candle here, the first red candle we had on the year, really, because we had, oh my God, it was so, like, what was it? 6 or 7 straight consecutive months of nothing but up action. But yeah, when we finally hit our all-time high, we were already, you know, at all-time highs before the halving, right? So that was pretty impressive. If you look at back in July of 2016, what Peter Brandt's referring to here, right, in this article, is that back in July of 2016, which is way back here, we got to really zoom in and even see this pattern. Honestly, we're going to have to probably look at the weekly chart. It would be here, July of 16. Damn, you can't. Yeah, we can't even see this. We're gonna have to look at the weekly, maybe the daily. Man, I already lost my place. We weren't at 40K back then. We were at like 3 or less. 2016. Oh man, I can't even go back that far. There we go. This is the daily chart, at least. We can get a look at it here. So 2016 was the very beginning of when we started breaking out these huge numbers, about like $1,000 in that bull run. So it would have been right about here. Oh God, holy crap, guys! He's comparing this little dip here, way back here. This happens when you zoom out. You see these crazy things that don't mean anything to us now, but they did back then. If you were in the market back then and Bitcoin ran up to almost $1,000 from 400 bucks and then crashed down to 400 bucks again, you'd be like, whoa, I just lost like, 100% gain basically, near. But yeah, if we take a look at that, we can kind of look at that and compare it to where we are now. This is the daily chart, which may not look like the daily chart when we get back into our current day, but I've got a picture there so we can kind of compare. Let me get a capture of the month as well. There we go. So then we can zoom out and get back to where we are on the current year. Look at this. If you just keep zooming out, man, you don't even recognize it anymore. This is where we're going to be when we're zooming out in 2030 and we're looking at a multiple 100,000 or $1 million Bitcoin. And we're going to look back and be like, oh, you remember that little tiny squishy line back there? Yeah. Oh, you got to really zoom out to see that pattern. And we're going to feel the exact same way as we're feeling right now. And that's why I keep telling people this is not going to stay in these levels for long. In the grand scheme of things, we are still real early. All right. So if you look at this here now, he's talking about this correction we're at right now. He's comparing it to this right here. Where we're starting to kind of fall down and correct right there, that same pattern. I mean, it looks similar. I mean, looks like the same sort of, especially if you zoom out. And this is, again, the same, this is the daily chart, right? These candles are also daily candles here. I just zoomed out a little bit more. I can see it. I can see it, I guess, but it doesn't really correlate enough. Oh, my head's in the way, too. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, obviously we didn't. I mean, well, I guess back there we touched the all-time high. Yeah, it's similar. It's similar. I'll give them that. Yeah, that's pretty similar. But anyway, Peter Brandt, right? So where's he going with this, right? I've seen people also predicting like 10, 20x from here. Some crazy predictions, especially since we're having to print all this money. We could get into a new world war. What's the massive sell-off's going to do? Again, what I said last night, I still it rings true. The harder we dump, the harder we pump, right? So it's not the end of the world that we're down these levels. It's actually pretty healthy. So please note that the Bitcoin decline since having, it's now similar to that of the 2015 to 2017 halving, our chart I just showed you. That right there. And that the halving bull market cycle is very similar. However, some of the analysts warned Bitcoin could drop lower. And on August 5th, Bitcoin prices dumped the double figures to fall of 49.2 until we bounce back up. to 52, I think, later in that day. But yeah, it looks like here, Bitcoin bull market cycle from 2011 to 2013, the halving dates as well. It's amazing how we've also pushed these halving dates up each year over year. Because, yeah, originally we were in November of 2012. Then we moved into a 4-year cycle, which put us into July of 2016. And then we're getting closer and closer to that 4-year gap. Where we were a little more spread out before. And I thought that was very interesting takeaway too when I first read this article. Because I didn't really think about it too much. I'm just like, oh yeah, roughly around 4 years. But it actually was closer to 5 a while back than it was 4. But now we're getting closer and closer inward. And I feel like as time goes on, we may push Bitcoin cycles up into 3 years if we continue to mine at the rate we're mining and finding what better solutions to mine the way that we've been mining as well. I mean, quantum computing. I'm curious to see how that's going to affect the hash rate and where we end up with the cycles then. So yeah, having week close, $13 in 2013. That's crazy. 2017, $650. 2021, $9,600, and then in 2024, $64,700. Yeah, and the subsequent low was $470, $8,700, and 50 grand nearly, respectively. Decline from post halving. Look at this. This is crazy. We were actually, this is actually kind of similar in terms of the actual decline from post halving. 27% in July of 2016, which he's referring to, and of course our halving this year in 2024. It's pretty damn similar, actually. The hurdle for the new highs, I'd say that's the most similar thing about these bull runs right now. We don't know if we're going to get any lower, though. The hurdle for new highs, 15,790, and of course these 13,800 from 2021, to the end of 2021 and the halving prior, and then the 73.8. Again, this was before the halving, right? Before we had the actual halving. We never got to an all-time high. This year is different. This time is different. I don't care what anyone says. Clearly, the data tells us it's different, right? So weeks to new cycle highs, and we got 16 to date right now. I don't know. We'll see where we land up, but I feel like you might be onto something. Onto something here. Maybe somewhere in the middle, just based on where we are now. Again, some of these people, man, like Magic Internet Money, are predicting. He feels in his gut right now that 74 was the all-time high, and it's done. And I'm like, there's no way. There's just no way. We're just getting started. So it has lost 20% since tapping 70K last in January, and has also shown signs of recovery, reclaiming 56 during early trading in Asia in August 6th. That was last night. And that's kind of what I've been saying too, is that this actually remains super strong despite all this. If this would have happened in 2021, we've seen those corrections. We went up from 30K to 60K, like 100% drop, 50% decline for the cycle. We haven't seen anything like that yet. We started this year out at what was it? Was it 35K? Yeah, you know what? That's pretty close to about the same level. I think we did start this year at about 35K. 40. I was a little off, about 40. 38K if you count. The ETFs as they sold off originally. 38K. Yeah, I would say still about 40K. So technically, equivalent, we would have already had to touch 80 if we were going to be equivalent to that. So I don't know. But yeah, on August 5th, ITC crypto founder Benjamin Cohen says that the post on X that mirrored the 2019 when markets surged for the first half of the year, then dumped in a massive correction for the second half. This is what I'm talking about. We just haven't seen anything quite like the old Bitcoin swings. And I guess it's because we're held up so much by the institutions. I'm even going to try to pronounce that. Tim Kay, founder of the CEO of the decentralized telecommunication networks, Chirp, commented on a note on Cointelegraph that crypto assets could recover as much quickly than other risk-on assets as they did in 2020. That's what I'm saying. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine this afternoon. He called me when I was at work, and he was like, burn up some of my daylight and telling me about how Bitcoin's going to go to zero and the World War III is going to kill Bitcoin. And I'm like, you don't understand where we are. I think the world's woken up a lot since the last World War. We don't have anything backing the dollar since the last World War. I think it will be affected by the war. Yes, I think we'll have a sharp decline like most traditional assets will. But I think there's going to be, again, what Larry Fink has said, right? That flight to quality, flight to safety in Bitcoin that's not available in any other asset class. It's also world renowned. You can get out of the United States if we go to war and you don't want to be here. You can get out of China if you don't want to be there. Again, it's going to be kind of a wild card. And I feel like that, I think once people understand what this technology is, again, the more and more time exposed in this election, the more and more people are going to figure it out. More and more people every day are taking the plunge and into the data and into research. I mean, you really need at least 100 hours to totally understand this new asset class, right? Over the coming hours and days, we may see a decoupling of the crypto from traditional stocks, similar to what we saw in 2020. Yep, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that seems to be all I can really take away on the news today. There's NASDAQ and everything else is just still kind of struggling. Bitcoin, of course, fear and greed, I'd say it's pretty bullish. We were 17, we were lower than the stock market yesterday. Now we're up to 21, or we were higher than, or 27, higher than the stock market's fear and greed index today. I think it's pretty bullish. Anywho, this was our interesting. We went into this a little bit yesterday. Great read. I read the whole thing after our stream. Couldn't have time to do it. It's a novel. But if you guys get a chance to read that, yeah, apparently it was all false information, right? It's all fake news, right? Like Trump would say. As Bitcoin mining was really truly never officially banned in China. It's just a narrative we got to kind of push the false narrative here in the United States that Bitcoin's evil, it's used by criminals and money launderers and blah blah blah, and drug traffickers, and yeah, it's all nonsense. It's all to kind of prevent you from investing in this emerging new asset class, this alien asset class. Anyway, let's get into the normies and follow the money. Let's start with, of course, our favorite X, the most decentralized news source out there as well. For Bitcoin and everything else. Let's refresh and see what's going on with everyone in the Bitcoin space. What is that? Find your supreme and absolute authenticity and have courage to follow it no matter what. Robert Edward Grant. Bitcoin auction starts in hours. The very first Bitcoin auction. Interesting. Not sure what that's about. We can take a look real quick. Let's see what else we got. Any memes? I want some memes tonight, guys. I want some memes. We used to say back in the early 2000s, the memes. I remember Tom Green making a mockery of himself. The memes, they got me, guys. The memes. Tools, crypto untook, Nagesh hash rate. This totally crazy language I can't read. What is that? Is that Armenian? I don't know what that is. Harry Potter. Oh, Obama Sonic. I haven't heard about Harry Potter, Obama Sonic Inu in a while, guys. Harry Potter, Obama Sonic Inu. Yeah, getting all the girls. I think that's from an old arcade game. I forget the name of it. I should know this. Is that Michael Jackson? I think that is Michael Jackson Moonwalker. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know. Yeah. It's the market right now. What in the world is that? What else we got here? Fear and greed. Yeah, we know. We know the market's on fire. We just set a Benny on fire. Oh, man. Do we need to set another Benny on fire? El Presidente, of course. Javier Milei. Well, yeah, we like Javier Milei. And his crazy 70s, 60s, 70s style haircut. Every time I see that, I just like the Brady Bunch. Every time I see that, it just reminds me of old times. Bull run coming, my friends, as George Washington is wearing the Bitcoin shades. Pathetic. Dumped for ants. Aha, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. These dumps, these swings are nothing compared to the last bull run. He gets it. Pathetic. Yeah. What is this? A dump for ants? Of course, going to that old Ben Stiller movie. What was it? I know this movie too. It's the model movie. I got it on the tip of my tongue. What else? Bitcoin layer. Bitcoin not yet a safe haven. Oh, we're adding to the flames. We're adding to the flames, guys. The fear. Yeah. Interesting. Street science is a 3-minute video. I don't want to bore you guys with that. Oh my God. All right. Let's move on to our next bit, and that's of course the normies. You know what? We haven't gone into the we haven't done the dystopian future segment. Of course, I need to remind you guys every day what's coming in our space and why we're doing what we're doing, right? Because you, yes, you, are going to be part of the cog that turns in the machine of the dystopian future. That's, of course, what we're living in right now. Brought to you in the dystopian future. The Crypto Otaku is here to tell you the news in the crypto chaos. As you are going to be replaced by AI, robots, and the like. They're coming for your job. That's right. Of course, they're going to be paying themselves with crypto, and you are going to be just staying at home and collecting UBI, right? Universal basic income. If you are, of course, right now affected by the current job, sell-off, you're giving your job away. If you're a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, an accountant, a data entry clerk, a bookkeeper, an accountant, a receptionist, a bank teller, a travel agent, a factory worker, a fast food worker like me, a customer service representative, and of course, your friends and your loved ones are going to be affected in the like. As of course, they're going to do crazy stuff in the bedroom that you could never do, and neither could your spouse. You don't even think you can. So they're all coming. They're all coming to replace us, and it's coming soon to a dystopian future near you, of course. Oh man, I need a swig after that. Oh geez, guys. Oh wow. Woo. Woo. Mm. Oh man, we got to get that biddies. All right, let's dive into the normies, and we'll look at Bitcoin before we go for the day. Right now, we're sitting at about 3 minutes until the rest of the world opens. The global markets, the second and third largest economies, of course. I'm talking about Germany, Japan's already open, and China. Oh, man, oh man. All right, here we go. The normies, this is what they're Googling, guys. I hate this new format that Google's got. I hate it. How old is Tim Walz? That's, of course, Harris's. This is the question. The normies want to know how old he is. He doesn't want to know what's his policy, what's his stance on crypto, what is he using his hair? I don't know. They want to know how old he is. That's it. Really? Nothing else. This is how the normies think. They don't even care what's happening, what their policies are, what they're doing in Congress. What are they going to do for the American people? And I think he looks old. How old is he? Billy Bean. I don't know who the heck that is, guys. My brain hurts. The old format used to have pictures. We can't read in the dystopian future. That's for dumb. What are you, dumb? It's like the what is it? We talk about it all the time. Idiocracy, right? Idiocracy. Real Madrid versus Chelsea, Barcelona, Milan, Cole Hawker. These are all Olympic medalists, I assume, are competing to be. Twin Peaks, David Lynch. Interesting. Flash flood warning. That's, of course, with the flood going on. Debbie. Nassau County ban masks. Really? Weird. Clay Aiken. I mean, it's still nice to wear a mask if you're sick and you don't want to get others sick, because you don't have to be part of the COVID group or whatever. Real Madrid. Wendy Frosty, Barcelona, National Night Out, Stan Lee, Brad Pitt, Freddie. Oh my God, guys, it's a normie like monsoon tonight. I can't stand these normies. Christian McAfee, Missouri election results. Yep. Okay. And what are they doing? Are they Googling any Bitcoin? Yes, they are. Look at this. Look at this. A little lower than yesterday. 81, down from 82 search results yesterday. Not bad, not bad. The normies are at least looking up Bitcoin, saying, maybe I should buy some. It's down. Maybe. Oh my God. Maybe I should pull the rest of my hair out. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, apparently they're Googling Bitcoin. I'm proud of the normies. Guys, we need this to happen. We need mass adoption. We need them to understand this new asset class is going to leave them. If they do not enter now, BlackRock's going to buy the rest of it. Okay. All right, let's look at Bitcoin, see where we are tonight and where we're headed. We didn't review where we left off last night. I think I got pretty close. Let's see where we ended up marking last night. Are they still here? I mean, I did a light prediction last night. I did pretty well, I think. Yeah, right around that time zone is when we were either going to break up or break down. Looks like we broke up a little bit and we kind of consolidated down, which is not bad, not bad. But I did kind of miss my target here. We were inverted here for about 3 hours. But I mean, not bad. Of course, we started there. I didn't really expect anything major to happen, especially as we were waiting whether or not Israel was going to get slammed again. They just got bombed. Their hospitals just got bombed a couple nights ago. So I feel like I'm going to give myself I want to say like a C. I'm going to give myself a C for that. Not quite a D, but yeah, not quite a B either. And then we'll do the same kind of thing we did last night. Give you the general idea of what we're looking at throughout the evening, and just kind of play around. It's fun. It's all fun. I love doing predictions, especially on the weekly days like today. You never know. You can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Is the U.S. going to print more money and the stock market's going to rally, or are we we're gonna have a emergency Fed meeting? It's like no, they can burn because they really can't, guys. They can't break if you don't understand. If they put down that. If they push our interest rates down right now, inflation is going to take hold anyway, and the numbers are already fudged. It's crazy, but this is looking really bullish. This is really tight getting out of this range. We didn't really come down. We were making all new higher lows every single trading session. So this is actually looking really good since Monday. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Right now, again, we're still looking at. That's crazy. All I did was just put one line up there, and we already know where we're gonna head. Right? We're already looking at this, and look at that. Oh, that's so close to the U.S. Open. It's crazy how this stuff works out every single night, guys. The gonna go rainbow, Mondo says. Gonna go rainbow. Maybe. If not, it's gonna be more than a fire sale. We get burning another penny on the stream tomorrow. That'll be fun. Jeez, it's gonna go rainbow. Oh man. Okay, so this is what I see happening right now, and it's just again based on the current market sentiment. Really, we're gonna keep bouncing around here, and we're gonna wait till the market open, and then we're probably gonna dump because they're gonna buy off our red days, and we're gonna sell off their pumps, and then it's just going to keep going up and down like it has been the last few nights. It's the same thing we've been tracking every night. Again, what we're looking at primarily is the trading sessions. The most volatility in the markets happen between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. Overseas, and this is of course if you're in the United States Eastern Standard Time, it's the inverse, which is 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just how I've seen it over the years, how I've looked at the markets and traded in the past, and that's just kind of what happens. So usually what you see is a positive market sentiment during the day. Overseas, we will sell that off, and into the morning, we will do the inverse of that if it's the opposite overseas. So if they start buying in overseas, we'll sell it off, and then if we start buying it over here in America, the American market, then the rest of the world will sell it off. It's been doing that for a long time. It's pretty simple. Unless there's large macro conditional changes, maybe Japan crashes again. There's things that could change this outcome, but it's pretty much going to play out like that. It's pretty tight in these ranges. Again, we can double check right now, sitting at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can look at the heat map, right? As we normally do, check out the heat map right before making this narrative. It looks like the bulls are kind of pushing them back to 56 now. It's pretty strong. There was really nothing after 56.5, really. We just got to get through there, and then we're kind of scot-free for a while until we hit about 57, probably. The next psychological level, of course, would be 57. So taking that into consideration, right here is 57. That's the wall we got to get over, and this is exactly how this plays out. I mean, I see this. I'm not even going to touch it. I think this is pretty clear to me. Whether or not we actually sell there, that's the key factor. Either we break out or we don't. And it really depends on who's buying overseas right now. So again, the same thing I did yesterday. I'm going to say it's 50-50 right now, man. 50-50, but it's going to happen. This is going to happen here between the market open about 6 a.m. This is the 15-minute chart as well. I don't even know where we go from here. We're just going to keep bopping around until we find out tomorrow morning. Anywho, so again, pretty bearish times right now. I don't really care about what's happening in the market right now. I'm more kind of bogged down in what's going on in my personal life, to be honest. It's just been so. It's not how I thought life was going to turn out, right? I can go into a whole conspiratorial rant about how America doesn't tell you what you need to know when you get out of school, and we eat all the wrong things, and we don't know any better. I don't blame anyone for it. I blame our government. I blame our advisors and our idols and our influences here in America and that sort of thing. I feel like a lot of people are dying faster than they should, especially in 2024, when we should be having kind of a renaissance of longevity in life and celebrating each other's lives. And it's the opposite. I'm watching my grandparents outlive their sons and daughters. It's terrible, and my friends and family, everyone's suffering in the same sorts of ways. It's not a good time, and everyone's just going out and grabbing medications to nullify the pain. It's not really fixing the problem. So yeah, that's my conspiracy corner for the evening. Take with it what you will. I don't like to preach or tell people what to do in their lives. Just like we do here with crypto, right? We're analyzing this new asset class. We're understanding what's truly valued or going to be valued, and the intentions beyond it, what's bigger than us. And I think that that's there as well for in our everyday lives and humanity. And we need to wake up. We need to wake up to a lot of things and learn, right? Pick up a book, listen to a podcast, read, learn. What do we say all the time? I love that old saying. It's what is it? Self-education will make you a fortune. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Same thing. You can apply that to anything. What you're told by formal education, self-education could save your life. At this point, it's almost inverse for everything that we know in the United States. Anywho, that is my show tonight, guys. Sorry for being a bit of a downer. Just real life kicking me in the pants. So hopefully you guys are not doing anything stupid or silly or whatever, as of course Oscar's going to tell you. Not me. I don't think anything stupid. As we get into the later months in the 2024 lead up to the bull run, the actual bull run is going to be beyond our wildest dreams. I think some of these people now, some of these economists are talking about like 10, 20x where we're at now. That's $500 to $1 million Bitcoin, guys. That's just insane. If we even come close to that, and I believe the money printing is gonna force that hand. I believe that the U.S. government is going to put this in that situation here in the United States and across the world. All it takes is one person to get in the ear of one of these world leaders and say, "Print all of our money to oblivion, buy Bitcoin," and boom, we're off to the races and to the moon, right? That's all it takes. Anywho, hope you guys have a great night. This is Crypto Otaku signing off for the day. Buy some of these down. Take advantage while you can, as we are burning money, literally, in the streets. Ah! There. Whoa. Have a good one, guys. Later.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above me in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin